Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below this video. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Today, 11 pieces in stainless steel. We're discussing the Greubel Forsey Balancier Asymetrique. This is the USA edition. So 11 pieces with an extraordinary blued gold chaptering on a dial made of Mosso or nickel copper zinc. The 43.5mm stainless steel case is fairly compact by Greubel Forsey standards and measures 14.1mm thick and 52.3mm from lug tip to lug tip with a 22mm spacing between the lugs. Zoom out a little bit. Take note the watch is on a rubber strap. Throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference. You can see it wears pretty well. I'd recommend it for a wrist as small as 15 centimeters circumference, and you can see that the curvature of the lugs means that even if your wrist is only 14 centimeters, if it's more oval than round, you might be able to pull this off. It is low enough with a sloped enough case flank that you could wear it underneath most dress sleeves and all jacket cuffs. It's a good looking watch. Now the timepiece includes a rubber strap. It is designed to be sporty by the standards of Greubel Forsey watches, and there is a little bit of a curved spring bar that allows the case to be drilled close. The lugs are drilled close to the case so that the pivot point center to center is short across the wrist, improving the fit. But because of that curved spring bar, there's no impediment that would stop you from pulling the strap straight down around a small wrist. Greubel Forsey on the top with a lovely frosted finish and a character line off-centered. Flip it over and you can see that there is a graphical imprint on the bottom that matches what you'll see on the back of the watch. This is en français, the philosophy of Greubel and Forsey, the founders of the brand. Simple, no-nonsense Greubel Forsey pin buckle in steel. You can see it's satinated on its side and polished on its top. And the watch features a lovely set of concave lugs. Lug profiling is something that we don't often speak of when we speak of Greubel Forsey. All the talk is tourbillon, size, and expense. But Robert Greubel, who handles the aesthetic elements of these watches, likes to use this lovely mirrored concave profile to the lugs so they actually appear a little bit more tapered and pared back relative to the bulk of the cases, and it is a gorgeous, elegant flourish. The mid-case is vertically satin finished with polished case back and bezel. Greubel Forsey lacquered logo on the crown, which has a wonderfully sharp knurling, and then there is a small sapphire window that allows you to appreciate, among other things, the interior recesses of the free-sprung balance and the roller table beneath it. Flipping over, you can see that the dial is dominated by a lovely fired blue gold chaptering. When you see this blue on something like a de Bethune or a Sartori Ballard, you know you're looking at oxidized titanium. Here we're actually looking at blue gold, which is an extraordinarily exotic flourish. Fired blue hands at center with a mirror polished center on a mirror polished cannon pinion. We have white gold tracks for the power reserve of 72 hours. That's the power reserve indicator. And for the constant seconds. This watch is all about chronometry, which means you have a hacking function that is surprisingly rare on ultra haute de gamme timepieces. A golden chaton with a pivot jewel on the dial side and a tiered dial that features mile-wide mirrored anglage on the edge of those Mosso bridges. Those are nickel copper zinc, much like what's used on a Longa caliber, and you can see just how sharply polished that outward angle is. The timepiece includes a simple balance, the namesake of the watch. It is the Balancier, and you can see that its entire bridge is black polished or specular finished, including the rounded prongs or struts that support the balance staff itself. Note that the screw heads on both sides feature black polish, and all of the screws feature chamfered circumference and chamfered slots. The barrel arbor sticks out through a golden chaton on the reverse side, and those golden chaton are a nod to the pocket watch era of La Chaux de Fonds watchmaking. Greubel Forsey of La Chaux de Fonds makes about 100 to 120 watches a year with 100 employees, a very low ratio of employees to watches that speaks to the time and energy-intensive production process. These watches take a lot of effort to create. There's a gold individual numbering medallion at center, and the periphery of the case back also features individual numbering. Again, you're looking at the French philosophy of manufacture and finish and respect for tradition. That's what all of these words mean. turn it back over. On the dial side, you can see the watch is adjusted in 6 positions, and then that's locked in using a free-sprung balance. So you can see there is a recessed bolt balance that has bolts withdrawn from the free airstream. All of the adjustments are done by moving the bolts inward or outward, changing the polar moment of the balance and thus the timing. As a result, shocks or concussions cannot change the timing of the watch. You can also see there's an overcoil hairspring made by hand that allows the watch to keep even time in any orientation with respect to gravity, and it beats away at 21,600 vibrations per hour. It is a gorgeous movement inside a gorgeous watch. It's driven by 2 mainspring barrels. This timepiece represents the highest level of high horology finish. If you want a watch that makes no excuses, offering absolute commitment to quality and exclusivity, you want Greubel Forsey. And if you're an American or you just like some color and character, this is the USA edition. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing. 30 meters water resistant, so don't take it swimming.